What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I ended up getting some parts for the Sidekick. So I'm pretty sure I said I ordered Trail Tough's rear disc brake swap kit, so I got that yesterday, which today is the Thursday, November 12th. So like I said in the previous video, I'm trying to get this thing done into a wheelable rig for Black Friday, which I think that's the 27th. So I guess I have like what, pretty much 2 weeks and a few days. So I got a lot to do yet. So I'll just show you the disc brake swap kit. So here's their disc brake swap kit. I guess these have to go behind the rotors to push the rotors out, right? Outward, inward. I think they go inward. And then here's the caliper brackets and the ones that go onto the axles, the bearing cups or whatever you want to call it. And it also came with all new studs, wheel studs. So I got that finally. I also got my power steering cooler. Got that, which it's nothing special. It's just a cheap one I got off of eBay. I think it was like 26 bucks. I have it on my other Sidekick, not Sidekick, but Samurai. So I mean, it's not, I could probably went with a bigger one, but I mean, I don't know, it should work. If I have problems, then I'll have to upgrade it, but I'm pretty sure this should be fine. So I got that, so I gotta get that installed, and then I don't know if I said this in the last video, but I had to order high pressure power steering lines because I didn't have them in that PSC kit. But I actually did get some other parts installed on the Samurai. Why am I calling it a Samurai? It's Sidekick. So I'll show you what I got done so far. So I got the header. I actually got the header Monday. So I got that on yet. Well, I think it was last night or the night before. Tuesday night I got that on. And then I also mounted the power steering pump, and then also got the new radiator in along with all the fan and all that stuff. So all that stuff's in. Oh yeah, I actually got the frame plated too, where the steering box is. I guess it's kind of hard to tell, but here you can kind of see it. Kind of not hard to see, but I did go up to the bracket and welded it. I don't know, I'm just gonna do that for now. If I have issues with it, I'm just gonna have to tear it back apart and go further. So I also got the steering shaft made, which I ended up using the factory ends that go to the steering shaft or steering column shaft, and then I ended up using these ends right here. These are off a Samurai, and same thing with this shaft. So I ended up using that out of a Samurai and that joint out of a Samurai. And then all I did was cut this out on my table and welded it. My plan was to weld both of them together, but it actually worked out where I could just put two bolts in it and bolt it together. So it's definitely a lot better and stronger than the stock setup. So I got that done. And then also their speed control. What do I want to call that? Speed control? Cruise control. I had all this cruise control stuff over here. I ripped all that out too. I think that's where I'm going to mount the reservoir, but I didn't mount it yet because I want to wait till the lines come and make sure they're long enough. But I think that's where I'm going to put it. What else did I get done? Also, like these slip yokes. Trail Tough has these slip yoke eliminators for Sidekicks, and I didn't know you had to have this specific transfer case. I think they're out of the 94 and older models. They have the fine spline shafts, and you have to have that transfer case to be able to do their slip yoke eliminators. Well, probably like 2 weeks ago, I had a guy come and he was like, hey, do you have any fine spline transfer cases? Well, here I had two of them. I got one from the guy that I picked up all the parts from in Ohio, and I didn't know I needed that one. So I ended up selling them both the transfer cases, and here I pretty much screwed myself. And I messaged him. I was like, hey dude, is there any way I could buy one back? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'll put one in my truck. And he was supposed to come like the following day, but well, I guess he was busy with work and he didn't have time. And I messaged him like probably, I don't know, last Sunday. I was like, yo, are you gonna be coming around or whatever? And he's just a busy guy. But I was on Marketplace and I ended up finding 2 trackers off a guy. So I ended up buying them and picking them up, which they're on my trailer right now, which I'm not going to go show you them because it's kind of a little bit of a hike to go to show you them. But anyways, the one transmission was already out and the transfer case was all together, so I kind of got lucky. But I actually just got back from the car wash from cleaning it, so I mean, it's nothing, it's just a transfer case. But so here's the transfer case. Like I said, I got it all cleaned up. I did a lot of simple green and a little wire brush, and wire brushed the crap out of it, and then I took it to the car wash to pressure wash it. So these are the things I was talking about, the slip yoke eliminators. So they pretty much go in there, and then I have to tear this all apart, and then I got to pull these shafts out so they get drilled and tapped. So then these stay on. So I got to do that yet. My plans to try to get this thing completely ripped apart, get the shafts out, so then I can take them down to my buddy's shop and have him drill and tap them, so then I can get these mounted. And then also I have to put the gears in I have for it yet, so I got to do that. Oh yeah, and also I don't think I mentioned this in the last video. In the back setup, when I moved the spring mounts, coil mounts, or whatever you want to call it, I actually went with a longer coil spring, which I went with 14s instead of 12s. But this is pretty much what it's sitting at right now. The blue tape is where I'm going to try to cut it. I'm not sure. I think I might be able to get away with very minor cutting up front, but the back, I'm definitely going to probably have to cut it a pretty good bit, because that tire is going to probably come up a good bit yet. So I mean, that's pretty much where it's going to be sitting at right now. I'm hoping the front end comes down a little bit, because the back kind of sits a little lower, which worst case scenario is I could make like a little spacer for the rear just to get it up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where it's at right now. I'm actually cutting parts right now on my plasma table, which I should technically be over there watching it, because that thing does like being babysitted. So I guess that's pretty much it for this clip. When I come back to working on this thing, I'll update progress as I go. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, did some more work on the Sidekick. I actually got the transfer case ripped apart. So I started cleaning it on the insides. It's kind of being a pain in the ass because brake cleaner sucks. It doesn't really do anything. I used like three cans already, and like I said, it doesn't really do much. So yeah, I'm really hoping I can figure out how to put this back together, because it's definitely fully disassembled almost. But here's the shafts. So it's gonna have to get drilled here and then tapped, which it's hard to see with the bolt in the bag, but that's got to go on there, and then that slip yoke's got to get on. So I'm pretty much gonna head down to my buddy's house and drop this stuff off right now. So hopefully I can get it done by this weekend. So then hopefully I can get all this stuff back together and get the transfer case out of the Sidekick and get this one in. And then pretty much after that, I gotta make drive shafts. Finish up mounting the rear shocks. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff to do. So I'll catch back up with you guys when I get some more progress done. What's up, guys? Did some work on the Sidekick today. Didn't get a whole lot done. I did mess with the rear disc brake swap kit. I found out the rotors that I thought would work, well, they didn't work. You need 83 to 85 front rotors, and they were probably like in another store that's 25 minutes from me, and they closed in like an hour. So I ran out there and got it, so then I could get the axle shafts, at least get the axle shafts back in and get it back into a roller. But I'm thinking the V6 calipers are gonna work. So I mean, I'll just show you where I'm at. So like, here's the rear axle shaft. It came with new wheel studs, and then you press the wheel studs in the back. And then also you have to have the spacer, so you space the rotor back. So I got all that stuff on. I got the other one done too. I was about ready to throw the bearings in, the new bearings I got, into the bearing caps. Well, me being me, I was like, hey, I might as well clean them up and paint them. So I cleaned them up and paint them, which that takes time to dry. So, what else? Oh yeah, I threw the rear shock on. I threw the rear shock on. As you can see, it does. It's pretty close. So I think it's pretty much. I mean, there's some light in between there, so it's not hitting, but it looks like it. But my plan is for tomorrow is to, hopefully they're dry, which they should be dry time I get back here tomorrow morning. Put the bearings on them, get the bearings back on the shafts, get the shafts in, sit it on jack stands and see how much up travel I have with these shocks. See if I have to change it. So I got to do that tomorrow. And then I also worked on something else on the front end, which I did get the brake calipers on finally, got them all bolted up. They're all ready to go. And then, like I said in the previous video, I did have to put like put 2 washers right there to space it, so the spacing's good. So I did that, so that's good. I also Loctited these bolts, nuts, whatever you want to call it. I have to figure out some sort of bracket to hold these from like wobbling, and when it flexes out, pull on it. So I got to figure out something like that. Maybe I'll mess with that tomorrow. Got that far. Then I also installed the power steering cooler, so I got that installed. I mean, that's pretty much it, all I got done so far. So yeah, I didn't get really very far, but progress has been made. So I'll catch up back with you guys tomorrow and show you the progress I made so far. Well, did some work on the Sidekick again, Lil'Kick. I got the rear axle together, minus the calipers. So as you can see, I got all the new bearings on, I got the rotors on, I got the brackets on the back, and I really didn't want to do this, but I just can't leave anything alone. So I ended up cutting out the factory shock mounts and also that tube that was sticking out, which it's all rusted out. So I'm probably gonna start tearing the tank out because, well, it looks like shit anyways, and it needs to get done, and I kind of can't really do anything else because I'm waiting for parts. I'm gonna have to order calipers for this because the calipers I have are wrong. I need the ones off a 79 to 85 pickup. The V6 ones, I think they'll work, but I don't know if they'll work. I might ask a guy I know, maybe he might know, I don't know. I just think these rotors are too narrow for them to work. So I'm just gonna order the other ones. That's what the kit calls for. So that's my fault. I should have did more research. What's up, guys? Figured I'd do a little update on the Sidekick. Today is Wednesday. Not a lot of progress has been made yet because still kind of waiting on things to come in. So yesterday I was waiting for a guy to pick up a bed that I sold, so I started to mess around with like the power steering lines I got yesterday. So I'll show you what I got. So I started running the lines for the power steering setup. So I got the pump pretty much all figured out where all the lines go, and now I need to make a bracket for the reservoir, which I made a bracket for it yesterday, like I said, when I was waiting for a guy, and I need to change it. I just flipped it because it was actually on the other way, because my plan was to stand it up in here, but like I'm having hood clearance issues, so I need to figure that out yet. And I'm pretty sure I showed you in the earlier video the header I put on, the steering shaft and all that stuff. So pretty much what's left to do yet, I still got to get the transfer case in it. I have to figure out where I'm going to cut the fenders out. Still waiting for brake calipers. I was told they were supposed to be here Monday, but today's Wednesday, so they didn't come yet. Yeah, brake calipers, waiting on the brake pads too. Haven't had time to mess with the shock mounts at all because I've been crazy busy with getting parts cut out. But I did pick up this not long ago. My buddy actually got the tap and the drill bit. He had to order carbide stuff to get the shafts tapped, so he got that done for me. So he got both of them done. And he had issues too with getting these parts, getting the tap and stuff, because I guess the post office that's local to him, I guess there's no one showing up for work because they're sick or something. I don't know the whole story. But I was also looking at these adapters, the slip yoke eliminator, whatever you want to call them. And I thought, like, it's kind of hard to do this with two hands, but like these holes, this hole and this hole and like this hole was the bigger large pattern for like the factory tracker or Sidekick drive shaft, which this is the factory drive shaft out of the Sidekick. And I threw this thing on here, and dude, if you look at the holes, like, dude, they don't even line up at all. So it's like, I don't even know why the holes are there. Let's see if I can get you better. Yeah, like, if you can look in there, it kind of doesn't line up. Yeah, you can't really see it. Can't really see it in there. Maybe if I go this way. Yeah, that way you can probably see better. It's kind of hard to get the camera in there, but they don't line up. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. Yeah, like all them holes don't line up. Like, I thought they would line up for these, but they don't. So, like, my plan was to use Toyota drive shafts because this pattern is the same as a Toyota drive shaft. From what I'm pretty sure this pattern is the same as some Toyota drive shafts. And then the other pattern they have on here is for a stock Samurai drive shaft, which is the, I think they're the 12mm bolts, which they do line up. So I guess I'm going to have to run Samurai drive shafts, which kind of sucks because they have the smaller U-joints. But I mean, they're pretty strong for what they are, but I mean, with 37s, I'm not really sure how long they're going to hold up for. So that's another issue I ran into. So yeah, so like I said, I've been running into issues this pretty much whole time building this thing. So I don't know, I guess I'm going to end the video there, and then hopefully in the next video this thing is driving, because like I said in the beginning of this video, today's the 18th. I think I have, what is it, 7 days before Black Friday, which that's when we're going wheeling. Let me check to make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 9 days to get this thing together. And I'm pretty much trying to get all my orders that I have as of now shipped Friday. So then Friday evening I can get the transfer case back together in this thing, get the transfer case out of this thing, get that one back in it, figure out drive shafts. Hopefully my calipers come tomorrow, and the brake pads, so I can get them on, and then I got to figure out the back shocks, and then I got to figure out tire clearance. So yeah, I got a lot to do yet. So I guess I think that's going to be it for this video. But anyways, if you like this video, definitely like it. And if you want to see more of my videos and see this thing wheeling and done, which is going to be in the next video, definitely subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.